Accusing myself and being here for the meeting qualifies as me attending the
Oh,
meeting.
absolutely. I'm not saying you didn't attend the meeting. You attended 2 out of the, so I said you missed 3 out of 5, which means you attended to 2, correct? And then you
Yes, ma'am.
participated in 1. I don't know, I checked to see if you call ahead of time, let people know if you're gonna miss or not attend the meeting. That wasn't taken care of either.
My
So you're just
understanding
not
is
coming.
this last P and Z meeting, no one knew that, we didn't know that we weren't going to have a quorum for the planning and zoning meeting. So there was no notice given that you weren't going to be available, and it creates issues.
I totally understand, and the only thing I can tell you is I've really had a health problem for the last 2 months.
very sorry.
Seems to be clearing up. I miss the meetings because I miss the meetings.
So again, so of course I bring that up because again, it's very important for all members to attend board meetings, and then I don't know, what your reasons were because they were never provided previously. I don't know, you could
I
be
don't
I know
believe
you're a
that's
business
really
owner and you could be a
anybody's
very busy
business.
man, you know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure that we have people put on boards that can show up to the meeting so that we can get business taken care of and that we want board people who can be involved in those meetings and make a difference and help in the city. So we need that kind of commitment from our board members.
I understand, and if you think I'm not responsible enough, then vote me off of it.
Well, it's not responsible. It just needs someone who's going to be attentive, someone who can make the meetings, who make it a priority to be at the meetings. And if they can't be at the meetings, they should let their chairman or the city secretary know they're not going to meet meetings so that we can plan accordingly.
Fair enough.
Further questions?
Well, do you still want to be on the planning and zoning board?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Do you still want to be on the planning and zoning board?
Yes, I think I could contribute, and I think I think I can contribute to the city in that capacity.
Can you commit? Can you make sure that you are available for meetings going forward?
Looking back, I wouldn't have been able to foresee what happened, so
Sure.
that's an impossible question for me to answer.
I understand. If you foresee that there's an issue with you showing up for meetings, can you at least commit to communicate so that
Sure.
we can plan our meetings better and know if we're going to have a quorum or not?
And I have had discussions with Janet about how I'm communicated with. I'm not a very big techie person, so I think that we're at an agreement. It's up to y'all.
On the best way to communicate with you?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, any further discussions, Mr. Ray? Okay, we still have a agenda item to vote on. Do I have a motion?
I say that we take action to remove Rob Ray from the Planning and Zoning Commission per Section 8.01 of the city charter.
Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Jacob, second.
I have a motion and a second. Vote from my right, please.
Edwards, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Evans, no.
Burns, yes.
Okay, you need a supermajority. Mr. Ray, you're still on planning and zoning. I appreciate the fact that you will communicate better with us.
I appreciate you showing up tonight, and I hope that I see you at the planning and zoning meetings going forward.
No problem.
Thank
I
you.
hope you start to feel better, sir. I really hope whatever's going on, you.
Thank you. Number 9, economic development. 9A, first reading of resolution number R-2025-002, approving a performance agreement by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation and Gray Ghost Incorporated. Speaking on this will be our EDC Director, Dr. Smith.
So, Council, if you will remember, we had a first reading at our last meeting as well. Gray Ghost, one of the contingencies of their performance agreement with the EDC was that they had to replace the roof of their building. They went out and started getting quotes on replacing that roof, and it was extremely expensive. It is a large building with a large metal roof. And so they went back to the drawing board. They are able to repair the roof. They asked to come back to EDC and request an amendment to their performance agreement, not to replace the roof, just to repair the roof. There is a metal building on the church behind us. They just did this exact same process. So that is what Gray Ghost is requesting to do, go in, seal the roof, and put a coating over the top. Many of you were at the EDC meeting where he came and did a presentation and explained what the EDC has requested is a 5-year warranty, and they are working on that. The Muirheads are working on that now to ensure they can get that 5-year warranty and that it's not just a 2-year warranty on a roof repair. So before the other parts of the performance agreement, terms of the performance agreement have not changed. The EDC, it's a matching grant up to $12,500, $10,000 for a parking lot that they would have to spend $20,000 on, and $2,500 toward a sign that they would have to spend $5,000 total on. So that is what the breakdown of the performance agreement is, and why it's back in front of you as a first reading and not a second reading. So provided everything works out, it will be at the next meeting as a second reading.
I will now read into the record the resolution number R-2025-002, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City, Texas, approving a performance agreement by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation and Gray Ghost, Inc., a Texas corporation, authorized pursuant to Sections 501.103 and 505.158 of the Texas Local Government Code and providing for an immediate effective date. Moving on. 9B, consider and take action on approving the First Amendment to the agreement for professional services with the retail coach in the amount of $25,000. Again, I will turn this over to our EDC and City Manager, Dr. Smith.
So this is an extension of our original one-year agreement with the retail coach. The retail coach has really worked for the last year to go out into the economic development community and represent Gun Barrel City from a retail perspective. Really what this $25,000 does is add another partial employee who has all the contacts that we need to reach out to developers. I have access to their tracking logs so I can see who they visit with, where they go. They attend 3 or 4 conferences a year. And as you know, tonight y'all look through the economic development job description. It will take that new person a year to get their bearings and so this really helps us for the next year, keep those recruitments going. They do have a number of businesses in the works. HTO was one of those partnerships that we were able to establish because of Retail Coach. And the reality is that group really has their finger on the pulse of retail. They do not represent any businesses around us. We had this discussion when we signed the initial year that we could extend for another year for $25,000. And so the agreement that you approved last year and then what is in front of you this year for approval is an actual, I just lost it, a First Amendment of that agreement. So it would be signed by myself, First Amendment to the agreement for professional services. It'd be signed by myself and Mr. Key. The board did approve this 6-1. But what next steps would include Stephen and I sitting down with Retail Coach, mapping out the next year. They'll map out where they're going. We'll look at available properties. And really try to hit some of those businesses they've already been working on. We have some businesses that own property here in town that are retail in nature, restaurant in nature, that have said, hey, we're coming, but it'll be about a year. So we'll keep building those relationships and working with the Retail Coach.
Further questions, discussion? If none, I will ask for a motion.
I move that we take action to approve the First Amendment to the agreement for professional services with the retail coach in the amount of $25,000.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Evans, second.
I have a motion and a second. No further discussion. Vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Evans, yes?
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. And I was a little remiss, but I knew we kind of had a long one. Monica Damiano, she's already left, but thank to her for being here, our Parks Chair. Keith Bond with the EDC, thank you, Keith, for all you do. Roy Key, also with the EDC, thanks for all you do. And I know Kate Weller just left with P&Z, and Gilbert Shelby was also here from P&Z and Parks. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for your patience, and this meeting is now adjourned.